This week, many people will celebrate their Irish heritage. Both my family and my wife's are connected to this national identity. So I'll share a little history lesson and a wee bit of green. My maternal ancestors spent 37 years in Ireland, while Jan's paternal relatives were there for about 30 years. Both families were part of a huge migration that began in Scotland, spent a generation or two in Ireland, then sailed to America. On my side, it's the Magill clan. My maternal sixth great grandfather, William Magill, left Scotland with his parents and brothers around 1691 and settled in County Antrim, Ireland. Their move came as many Presbyterians from Scotland flooded Northern Ireland. They did not have the political or economic power of the English Anglicans who owned land in Ireland. During the first half of the 18th century, they were excluded from the higher professions and political office. A positive occurrence was the growth of the Irish linen industry, which flourished from favorable laws. It's probable that William's father, Robert III, benefited from this, raising flax to be made into linen and exported. He farmed at the family estate in Tullycairn, Ireland, for more than 50 years. He died in 1749. William, however, wasn't content in Ireland. He took his wife Mary and their 8 children on the long voyage to America. William and Mary settled in Bucks County, Pennsylvania in 1726. William and his family were part of a great migration from Ireland in that era. His descendants would make their way through Kentucky, Illinois, and Missouri, and finally into my genetic heritage. So, big news. This year, I'll celebrate 300 years of my maternal family in America. Now let's turn to Jan's ancestors, the Junkins. Jan's family was another clan that fled Scotland, then Ireland during that time. Jan's fifth great grandfather, William, moved from Scotland to Ireland around 1776. He became a flax farmer. His son, John, made the bold move to America as a 15-year-old. Can you get that? 15-year-old in 1795. There's no record of whether he had permission or whether he was a runaway seeking to escape the poverty of crop failures and political unrest that would limit his future there. He arrived as a stowaway in Baltimore, and he followed many Scotch Irish in moving south to Hampshire County, Virginia, where he married and became an engineer. Later generations of the family moved to Alabama, Texas, Oklahoma, and then Missouri to seek their fortune. Jan can celebrate 230 years of her family living in America. What a legacy of courage these families have left. I find it nearly impossible to empathize with their courage and the grief involved in such risky immigration from one nation to another. John Junkins and William Magill embodied these qualities. I thought it was a big deal when I moved in 2018, just 120 miles with a massive trailer of belongings to a newly completed house and welcoming relatives. How much more did these ancestors sail into the unknown with determination to make a new life? That makes me grateful and a bit awed of this legacy of hope and bravery. Your call to action is to do some research on your family history. It is worth your time. At the very least, ask your parents or grandparents to share their stories, or invest some time using the family history apps to see what others may know about your relatives. It is fun to find some skeletons in the closet, or some testimonies of courage that overcame the great upheavals in the past. Even further, let me suggest your own history be understood as a sacred pilgrimage. Can you look back to find where God has met you in new places or carried you through the rough patches? It's time to see your autobiography as a walk with God and with others that is still building a unique human story. This reminds me of that Jewish patriarch Jacob, who had a dream of a staircase to heaven. He was in a strange land with a difficult journey ahead and found inspiration from the vision in the night. When he awoke, he said, "Surely the Lord is in this place, and I didn't know it." By looking back in our sacred journey, we can find a way forward with new courage and inspiration. I hope we'll meet together on the path to well being someday soon.